Look, I love Big Man. He is so silly and so awesome. I want a plush of him. But there isn't any right now. Big Man Plush! And it's coming in October. But I need Big Man Plush. I've been asking for a Big Man Plush since the direct. You know what? I'll just make one myself. Before we get started, I gotta say, massive disclaimer, that is that this is not a tutorial, unfortunately. You can also rate it as small, but basically I didn't record some things, or stuff I did record, just was in a horrible angle, along with a bunch of things that I did, were off camera or done kind of spontaneously, and it just happened to work, or just really weird to explain. With that said, let's move on to the materials that I was using. Since I didn't think of planning it out, I just went right to the craft store and bought some. By some of them, I meant 5 pieces of 9x12 felt, 2 of them being in white, 2 in carbon/charcoal, and 1 sheet in red, along with 3 balls of yarn in red, white, and black, or well, in my case I had to use a dark purple, along with 1 spool of white thread. These materials bought ended up measuring him out. Due to his size, his width, on his feet would be like roughly 2.5 inches. His height was intended to be 5.5 inches. It went down, I don't know what exactly it is. It's probably in that 4.5, 5, and having a fin/wingspan of 4.5. Either way, I wanted him being really small and friend-shaped. Like, this is a little sketch I drew of what I think he would be. And then I sat out and began to draw like a really rough base on his shape. Went with this, traced it on both sides, cut it out, did the butterfly thing so you can get it both sides symmetrical. Due to how new I was to this, I ended up just checking if he can fit on 1 sheet, just in case if I butcher the cutting. Just because I'm not that good with scissors at all. That's because I realized I've been holding them the wrong way. You know, typical left-handed issues. With that done, I ended up just finalizing the front side of Big Man's little base / what's it called, pattern, just for funsies, also so I can properly envision him and what he look like in this little size. And look at him, he's so cute. I'm just so hyped to get this ready. Here I decided to make a pattern for the sides here, which are not easy. Ended up scrapping them and just freehanding them because I just learned that cutting felt in circles with normal scissors is really hard. Now flash forward a bit, I placed Big Man down and do my best to cut around him, and it turned out not that bad. He fits roughly on this shape. I kind of just cut out roughly and then later smooth them out, and then do this again for the back side, of course. And here I decided to rapidly start moving on to the white front part here by just really folding Big Man's face and just literally cutting it out, or cutting around it. Next I moved on to the eye mask, or well, just the eyes, since I wanted to add more dimension to Big Man. And I made that its own piece separately, along with moving on to the markings of his fins. I ended up just freehanding it, just so I don't have to worry about the more complex shapes within it. And it turned out really good. Then I flipped Big Man over so I could focus on his back. I ended up with these shapes for the back pattern, and then I cut them out, which is really hard, because I had to do my best to smooth them out. Took a few tries, honestly. Now that we have all these shapes cut out, we moved on to the sewing. And you might be like, aren't we missing a few things? Yes, but I ended up just doing them later, just because of how minor and small they are. Or well, at the time I was considering either not adding a tail or maybe adding a tail. I don't know. That was just me a few days ago. I came here to interrupt and say that I didn't record any of my sewing process because I forgot that I like to sew pretty close to my face. So he's basically done. I managed to fit in the tail. I will say I had to add it in post because I was stupid and added it in, so when I flipped it out, the tail was no longer poking out. So I had to cut a part of Big Man and just kind of put it in there. Now we're on to stuffing, actually. Honestly, there's nothing to say much about this part, just that it took a bit to stuff him, just because I wanted to get every nook and cranny of him, along with making sure that he's, for the most part, evenly stuffed. And, yeah, there he is! He is now stuffed now! I sewed him up, and he's almost done! Another interruption. I didn't record anything of me trying to sew on and embroider Big Man's face, eyes, and his headpiece. So I'm just gonna say what I did. Simple. The mouth, actually just a piece of felt, then I sewed it on. The eyes were embroidered, I stitched them on. The headpiece was also embroidered. I did my best to loosely sew it on to Big Man. Also look like it drapes on him, just like how it does in this model. Whoa! Now look, there he is, the finished product, the finished Big Man plush in felt form. Let's go! Yeah, I love him so much. I am in love with this game, and I am in love with Big Man. Not like actual love in Big Man, but hearing him sing along with the Squid Sisters made me so happy. I hope he does that again, but with Off the Hook. That'd be literally his dream and my dream too. I hope Big Man's having a good day, especially since now I have him in my home in plush form. Thank you for watching this. Fucking CapCut crashed like 6 times on me. What the heck? I mean, what the shell? I don't know what other videos I'll be making, but if you like the content I already have on here, maybe you want to stick around. Bye bye.